According to National Electrical Code, NEC Article 250.120b and 250.120c, a bonding bushing is required in certain situations. Firstly, regarding metal raceway systems, Article 250.120b specifies requirements. If a metal raceway system is used as the grounding electrode conductor, also known as GEC, a bonding bushing is required. This requirement applies at all points where a non-metallic raceway or enclosure enters or leaves the metal raceway. Secondly, concerning flexible metal conduit, also known as FMC, and liquid-type flexible metal conduit, also known as LFMC, Article 250.120c outlines the specific conditions. When FMC or LFMC is used as the GEC, a bonding bushing is needed. This is also the case where FMC or LFMC enters a metal enclosure. In addition to these NEC requirements, there are additional considerations where bonding bushings may also be required. Firstly, in scenarios where equipment has a metal frame that is not connected to the grounding system, a bonding bushing may be necessary. Secondly, when a metal conduit or enclosure is used to protect a non-metallic cable or wiring, a bonding bushing might be needed to maintain grounding continuity. Thirdly, situations where grounding continuity is compromised at the interface between metal and non-metal components may also necessitate the use of a bonding bushing. The primary function of a bonding bushing is to provide a low-resistance electrical connection between the metal raceway or enclosure and the non-metallic cable or wiring. This connection ensures that the grounding circuit is continuous. It also ensures that any fault currents can be properly directed to ground, enhancing safety and preventing electrical hazards. When installing a bonding bushing, there are crucial requirements that must be followed. Firstly, the bonding bushing must be listed for the specific application. Secondly, it is imperative that the bonding bushing is installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Thirdly, the bonding bushing must be tight to ensure proper electrical contact and effective grounding. Ignoring these requirements can compromise the effectiveness of the bonding bushing and the overall grounding system. Understanding these NEC requirements and installation practices is essential for electrical professionals. It is also essential for anyone working with electrical systems to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. This will help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the proper functioning of electrical systems. In a metal raceway system, a bonding bushing ensures electrical continuity. This is particularly important when the metal raceway is serving as the grounding electrode conductor. The use of a bonding bushing at the transition points between dissimilar materials helps to mitigate potential differences in ground potential. This ensures a safe and effective ground path. When using flexible metal conduit or liquid-type flexible metal conduit, the NEC requires bonding bushings under specific conditions to maintain the integrity of the grounding path. This is crucial, especially when these conduits are used as the equipment grounding conductor. The bonding bushing provides a secure and reliable connection. This connection is between the conduit and the metal enclosure it enters. Additional scenarios that may warrant the use of bonding bushings include cases where metal equipment frames are not directly grounded. A bonding bushing can provide the necessary grounding connection to ensure safety. When non-metallic cables or wiring are run through metal conduits or enclosures for physical protection, bonding bushings can maintain grounding continuity. This is particularly important in situations where the metal and non-metal components are joined. The presence of a bonding bushing ensures that any fault currents can be safely routed to ground. The selection of an appropriate bonding bushing is critical. The bonding bushing must be listed for the intended application and compatible with the specific type and size of raceway or conduit being used. Always refer to the manufacturer's specifications and installation instructions to ensure proper selection and installation. Proper installation is paramount to the effectiveness of a bonding bushing. The bonding bushing must be securely fastened to both the raceway or conduit and the enclosure to ensure a low impedance connection. Regularly inspect bonding bushings as part of routine electrical maintenance to verify that they remain tight and free from corrosion. Loose or corroded bonding bushings can compromise the grounding path. This may increase the risk of electrical shock or equipment damage. When working with electrical systems, always adhere to the applicable electrical codes and standards. This is essential for ensuring safety and compliance. Staying informed about updates to the NEC and other relevant standards is crucial for electrical professionals. This ensures that they are using the most current and effective grounding practices. The proper application and installation of bonding bushings play a vital role in maintaining a safe and reliable electrical system. By understanding the NEC requirements and following best practices, you can minimize the risk of electrical hazards. You can also ensure the effective operation of electrical equipment. Let's consider a specific example of a scenario involving metal raceway systems. Imagine a situation where a metal conduit serves as the grounding electrode conductor for a building's electrical service. At the point where this metal conduit transitions to a non-metallic conduit to enter the building, a bonding bushing must be installed. This is to ensure that the grounding path remains continuous and effective across the material transition. In another example, think about a scenario where flexible metal conduit is used to connect a motor to a metal junction box. If the FMC is serving as the equipment grounding conductor, a bonding bushing is required at the point where the FMC enters a metal junction box. This provides a secure and reliable grounding connection for the motor. This connection will also protect against potential fault currents. The NEC requirements for bonding bushings are not arbitrary. They are based on sound engineering principles and practical experience. These requirements are designed to minimize the risk of electrical shock, fire, and equipment damage. By following these requirements, electrical professionals can create safer and more reliable electrical systems. In addition to the specific scenarios outlined in the NEC, there are other situations where the use of bonding bushings may be warranted. For example, in corrosive environments, the use of bonding bushings with corrosion-resistant coatings can help to ensure long-term grounding reliability. Similarly, in high-vibration environments, the use of bonding bushings with locking features can prevent loosening due to vibration. This maintains a secure grounding connection. The cost of a bonding bushing is relatively small compared to the potential consequences of a faulty grounding system. Investing in high-quality bonding bushings and taking the time to install them properly is a worthwhile investment in safety and reliability. Regular training and education on grounding practices are essential for all electrical workers. Keeping up to date on the latest NEC requirements and industry best practices helps to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained safely and effectively. When inspecting an electrical installation, pay close attention to the grounding system, including the bonding bushings. Look for signs of corrosion, looseness, or damage. Address any issues promptly to maintain the integrity of the grounding system. A properly installed and maintained grounding system is a critical component of a safe and reliable electrical installation. By understanding the NEC requirements for bonding bushings and following best practices, you can help to ensure that electrical systems are grounded effectively and that the risk of electrical hazards is minimized. A bonding bushing is a specialized type of fitting used in electrical installations. The purpose of the bonding bushing is to provide a secure electrical connection between a metal conduit or enclosure and a grounding conductor. This connection is essential for maintaining the integrity of the grounding system. It ensures that fault currents can be safely directed to ground. The NEC specifies when bonding bushings are required to ensure proper grounding and bonding of electrical systems. One of the primary requirements for bonding bushings is in situations where metal conduits or enclosures are used to house electrical conductors. When a metal conduit or enclosure enters or exits a non-metallic enclosure or raceway, a bonding bushing is required to maintain electrical continuity between the metal and non-metallic components. This is important because the metal conduit or enclosure can become energized in the event of a fault. By providing a bonding bushing, a low-impedance path is created for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and clearing the fault. Another situation where bonding bushings are required is when flexible metal conduit or liquid-tight flexible metal conduit is used as the equipment grounding conductor. In these cases, bonding bushings are required at both ends of the flexible conduit to ensure a continuous grounding path. This is particularly important because flexible metal conduit can have a high impedance, which can limit its ability to effectively carry fault current. By using bonding bushings, the impedance of the grounding path is reduced, improving the effectiveness of the grounding system. In addition to the NEC requirements, there are other situations where bonding bushings may be recommended or required by local codes or regulations. For example, some jurisdictions may require bonding bushings in all metal conduit systems regardless of whether they are used as the equipment grounding conductor. This is often done to provide an extra layer of safety and to minimize the risk of electrical shock. When selecting a bonding bushing, it is important to choose one that is properly sized for the conduit or enclosure being used. Bonding bushings are available in a variety of sizes to accommodate different conduit sizes and enclosure types. It is also important to choose a bonding bushing that is made of a compatible material. For example, if the conduit is made of aluminum, the bonding bushing should also be made of aluminum to prevent corrosion. When installing a bonding bushing, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The bonding bushing should be securely fastened to the conduit or enclosure and the grounding conductor. It is also important to ensure that the bonding bushing is properly torqued to prevent it from loosening over time. In addition to the bonding bushing itself, it is also important to ensure that the grounding conductor is properly sized and installed. The grounding conductor should be sized in accordance with the NEC and should be run in a direct path to the grounding electrode system. It is also important to ensure that the grounding conductor is properly terminated at both ends to provide a low impedance connection. Bonding bushings are an important component of a safe and effective electrical grounding system. By understanding the NEC requirements for bonding bushings and following best practices for installation, you can help to ensure that your electrical system is properly grounded and that the risk of electrical shock is minimized. The selection and installation of bonding bushings are critical aspects of electrical safety. Proper grounding and bonding techniques are essential for protecting people and equipment from electrical hazards. It is important to understand the NEC requirements and to follow industry best practices when working with electrical systems. When selecting a bonding bushing, consider the type of conduit or enclosure being used. Different types of conduits and enclosures may require different types of bonding bushings. For example, a bonding bushing used with rigid metal conduit may be different from one used with electrical metallic tubing, also known as EMT. Choose a bonding bushing that is specifically designed for the type of conduit or enclosure being used. It is also important to consider the size of the conduit or enclosure. Bonding bushings are available in various sizes to accommodate different conduit and enclosure sizes. Choose a bonding bushing that is the correct size for the conduit or enclosure being used to ensure a secure and effective connection. In addition to the type and size of the conduit or enclosure, also consider the material of the conduit or enclosure. If the conduit or enclosure is made of aluminum, choose a bonding bushing that is compatible with aluminum to prevent corrosion. Similarly, if the conduit or enclosure is made of steel, choose a bonding bushing that is compatible with steel. When installing a bonding bushing, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The bonding bushing should be installed in accordance with the instructions to ensure a proper and secure connection. Before installing a bonding bushing, ensure that the surfaces of the conduit or enclosure and the bonding bushing are clean and free of debris. Remove any dirt, rust, or other contaminants that may interfere with the electrical connection. Use a wire brush or other suitable cleaning tool to prepare the surfaces. When installing the bonding bushing, tighten it securely to the conduit or enclosure. Use a wrench or other appropriate tool to tighten the bonding bushing to the recommended torque. Do not over-tighten the bonding bushing, as this may damage the conduit or enclosure. After installing the bonding bushing, inspect it carefully to ensure that it is properly installed and that the connection is secure. Check for any loose connections or other issues that may compromise the effectiveness of the bonding bushing. In addition to the bonding bushing itself, also ensure that the grounding conductor is properly connected to the bonding bushing. The grounding conductor should be sized and installed in accordance with the NEC. It should be connected to the bonding bushing in a secure and reliable manner. When working with electrical systems, always follow safe work practices. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. To energize the electrical system before working on it whenever possible. If it is not possible to energize the system, use appropriate insulated tools and equipment. Be aware of the potential hazards of working with electricity and take steps to minimize the risks. Regular inspection and maintenance of electrical systems are essential for ensuring safety and reliability. Inspect bonding bushings and other grounding components regularly to ensure that they are in good condition and that they are properly installed. Replace any damaged or worn components promptly. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that your electrical system is properly grounded and bonded. This will protect people and equipment from electrical hazards. This will also ensure the safe and reliable operation of your electrical system. Proper installation and maintenance of bonding bushings are essential for electrical safety. Make sure to adhere to the NEC guidelines and follow industry best practices to ensure a safe and reliable electrical system.